Imagine waking up one morning and deciding just like that you're never going to eat sugar again. No more candy, no soda, no pastries, not even that little piece of chocolate you tell yourself you deserve. It sounds almost impossible, right? But what if I told you that after just 14 days of quitting sugar, your body, your brain, and even your cravings could change in ways that feel nothing short of miraculous? Stick with me, because today we're diving deep into what really happens when you cut sugar out completely and why the results may shock you. From the very first day, your body starts to adjust. Sugar isn't just a sweet treat, it's a signal to your brain, a chemical trigger that floods your system with dopamine, the same feel-good neurotransmitter your brain releases during moments of reward. When you remove sugar, your brain initially reacts like it's been betrayed. That first craving, that gnawing feeling that hits right after lunch or mid-afternoon isn't just about hunger. It's withdrawal. Your neurons, accustomed to frequent dopamine spikes, are suddenly left waiting, confused, and a little desperate. But here's where it gets interesting. Your body is incredibly adaptive. Within the first 24 to 48 hours, your blood sugar levels begin to stabilize. That jittery energy spike, followed by a crash, gone. You might feel a little fatigued at first, a natural result of your body adjusting to a lower insulin load. Insulin, the hormone that helps your cells absorb glucose, has been working overtime. Suddenly, it gets a break, and your energy starts to become more consistent. By day 3, you may notice your cravings hitting hard, often for the foods you swore you'd never miss. This is where most people give up. But what you're experiencing is your body literally reprogramming its reward system. The more you resist, the more your brain starts to recalibrate, and dopamine starts to normalize. Your cravings are not your weakness. They're a signal that change is happening on a deep chemical level. Around day 5 or 6, your taste buds begin to transform. Foods you once considered bland, like fresh fruit or even lightly sweetened oatmeal, suddenly taste much sweeter than before. This happens because sugar dulls your taste sensitivity over time. Once you remove it, your palate begins to reset, and the subtle, natural sweetness in foods becomes a revelation. Your morning coffee without sugar? Surprisingly enjoyable. A crisp apple? Sweet enough to satisfy a craving you didn't even know existed. By the end of the first week, you might notice your mood stabilizing. No more afternoon crashes, no more irritability when you miss that mid-morning snack. Cortisol, the stress hormone that spikes with blood sugar swings, is now less erratic. Your brain chemistry is smoothing out, and your body is starting to run on steady, sustainable energy. Even your sleep can improve. Sugar can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, so cutting it out can mean deeper, more restorative sleep at night. At this point, your body is entering a kind of metabolic reboot. By day 10, many people report a clearer mind, less brain fog, and even a reduction in anxiety. Why? Sugar triggers inflammation and affects neurotransmitters, and when it's removed, your nervous system begins to calm down. You might also notice subtle weight changes, especially if sugar was a regular part of your diet, because your insulin and fat storage signals are starting to normalize. By the start of the second week, something remarkable begins to happen. Your sugar cravings start to lose their grip. The first week was the hardest. Your brain was screaming for that dopamine hit, but now your body is beginning to adapt. Studies show that it typically takes about 2 weeks for your taste buds and reward system to reset enough that sugar no longer feels irresistible. That doesn't mean cravings disappear completely. They come in waves, but they become manageable, and each time you resist, you reinforce new neural pathways that favor healthier choices. Your energy levels continue to stabilize, and your body begins to burn fat more efficiently. Without the constant spikes of glucose, your insulin levels are lower, meaning your cells can access stored fat for fuel more readily. This is one reason why people often notice subtle weight loss or a decrease in bloating by the end of 2 weeks. Your metabolism isn't working harder than it should. It's finally operating in balance. Another fascinating change occurs with your gut. Sugar feeds harmful bacteria and yeast in your digestive tract, leading to inflammation, bloating, and even mood swings. When you remove sugar, you're starving those microbes, giving beneficial bacteria a chance to flourish. By day 10 to 14, many people notice improvements in digestion, less bloating, and even more regular bowel movements. Your gut-brain axis, essentially the communication line between your digestive system and your brain, becomes less inflamed, which can further improve mood and cognitive clarity. Mental clarity becomes one of the most noticeable benefits by the second week. Sugar is addictive in part because it causes rapid fluctuations in blood sugar and insulin, which impact brain function. When these swings are gone, your thinking becomes sharper, focus improves, and even memory can feel better. Simple tasks may feel easier, and you may find that the mental fog that seemed permanent before is lifting. You might also notice a shift in your relationship with food. Foods you once considered treats may no longer hold the same power over you. That piece of chocolate or candy bar that used to be irresistible, it now feels like just another snack, not an emotional crutch. This isn't just willpower, it's your brain rewiring itself to crave nourishment and balance rather than artificial highs. Interestingly, some people report emotional changes as well. Sugar is often used as a quick fix for stress or low mood. When you remove it, you're forced to find new ways to cope, like movement, mindfulness, or even just drinking water. While it can feel uncomfortable at first, this period of adjustment strengthens emotional resilience. By day 14, many people feel calmer, more centered, and less at the mercy of food-driven mood swings. Physically, other benefits may start to appear. Your skin may improve because sugar fuels inflammation, which can worsen acne, puffiness, or dullness. Your taste perception continues to heighten, making healthy foods more enjoyable, and even your cravings for processed foods diminish. Your body is essentially learning to thrive without the constant artificial stimulation sugar provides, and the result is a sense of control and vitality that can be surprisingly addictive in the best way. By the end of the 2-week mark, something remarkable has happened. Your body has effectively rebooted. The intense sugar cravings that seemed impossible to resist are now much milder or even gone. Your brain's reward pathways have recalibrated, meaning that foods no longer hijack your dopamine system. That chocolate bar or soda that once felt irresistible is now just another choice, not a compulsion. You've trained your brain to seek natural rewards instead of artificial highs. Your energy is steady throughout the day. No more mid-morning crashes or afternoon slumps, and no need for constant caffeine fixes. That consistent energy comes from stabilized blood sugar levels and lower insulin fluctuations. Your metabolism is no longer in a reactive feast or famine mode. It's efficient, balanced, and optimized for steady energy. Digestion and gut health continue to improve. Without sugar-feeding harmful bacteria and yeast, your digestive system begins to operate more smoothly. Inflammation decreases, bloating subsides, and your body can absorb nutrients more efficiently. Many people also report a newfound sense of lightness and overall physical comfort. One of the most surprising changes is mental clarity. By day 14, the fog that once made it hard to concentrate or think clearly begins to lift. Cognitive function improves, focus sharpens, and even problem solving becomes easier. Mood swings, which were fueled by blood sugar spikes and crashes, are significantly reduced. You start noticing that you feel emotionally more stable, less anxious, and more in control of your choices. Skin, too, begins to reflect the internal changes. Sugar accelerates inflammation, which can lead to acne, redness, or dullness. By removing it, your skin often appears brighter, less irritated, and more hydrated. Combined with improved sleep, which naturally occurs when blood sugar stabilizes, you start looking and feeling healthier overall. Perhaps the most profound change is your relationship with food. By consciously removing sugar for just 14 days, you've interrupted patterns of dependency. Your cravings no longer dictate your decisions, and you may find yourself naturally choosing healthier, more nourishing foods without force or guilt. This is more than just breaking an addiction. It's reclaiming control over your body, your energy, and your health. What's even more exciting is that these benefits don't disappear once the 14 days are over. The longer you maintain a low-sugar lifestyle, the more your body adapts. Over time, natural sweetness in fruits and whole foods becomes satisfying. Your energy remains steady, your weight stabilizes, and your overall health markers improve. You've essentially reset your body's baseline, giving yourself a new foundation for long-term wellness. Quitting sugar for 14 days is challenging, yes, but it's also profoundly transformative. You emerge with a clearer mind, better energy, improved digestion, reduced inflammation, stabilized mood, and a completely different relationship with food. In just 2 weeks, your body has shown you that it doesn't need sugar to thrive. It needs balance, nourishment, and a little patience. And once you see and feel these changes, the idea of going back to your old sugar-filled habits almost seems unthinkable. Quitting sugar for just 14 days isn't about deprivation, it's about transformation. In those 2 weeks, your body resets, your brain rewires, and your cravings lose their power. You gain steady energy, mental clarity, emotional balance, and even improvements in digestion, skin, and overall health. It's proof that your body doesn't need sugar to feel good. It thrives on stability, real nourishment, and balance. The best part? This isn't a temporary fix. The changes you create in those 14 days lay the foundation for lasting habits that support your health for months and years to come. You're no longer at the mercy of sugar. You've regained control over your body, your choices, and your energy. And once you've experienced what it feels like to live without constant sugar highs and crashes, there's no turning back. Not because it's a challenge, but because your body simply feels better, sharper, and stronger. So if you've been wondering whether you can give up sugar, take this as your sign. 2 weeks might feel intimidating, but the results are life-changing. Your body, your mind, and even your taste buds are ready for the reset. You just have to take the first step. And once you do, you might never look at sugar the same way again.